Hello, everyone, and welcome to Majesty's Sussex Report After Dark. It's been a while, hasn't it? Thank you for spending some of your valuable time here with us. Whatever time you're watching this, you're viewing this, or you're listening to it, thank you very, very, very much for making us part of your day, or whenever you decide to click on us. So, After Dark, here we are. We have not done one of these in quite a long time. After Dark came about, this is for new subscribers who might be going, what is this? Came about as a possible solution to an issue. And the issue was consistency, and we're still having that issue. And it's on me. It's a long, and I don't think you folks want us to sit here and I talk to you as if I'm in therapy, right? Because there's issues. There's issues when it comes to how I put every episode together and the time it takes me to do it, and my obsession and compulsiveness about getting one silly thing correct. And then it will take me 45 minutes, an hour or so. And even when I try to be like, okay, this week you're going to be consistent. You're going to stream at 1 p.m. And with all good intention, I'll do it, and then I'm like, oh, holy cow, it's 12:30. And then I'll try to upload, I'll say, okay, I'm gonna stop now. I'll upload what I have. Then YouTube rejects it for X, Y, Z reasons. And I'm going to shut up now because now I'm getting into the therapy part of it. Anyways, it was a solution to a problem. We did a few episodes, and still with the same issue. Today I still have the same issue, but I felt like doing an After Dark. I just felt like just not researching anything, not sitting down and composing a script and really thinking about an issue and how it relates to certain things, and because all of that takes a lot of time, and sometimes for me it's very something that takes such a long amount of time. I deliver it to you in 15 minutes and I'm like, okay, well, that's done, but that took me like 2 days. Right? And it's just so anticlimactic, I think. And at the same time, yes, I know so many of you appreciate the insights, but at the same time, it is not allowing me to stay consistent also with you. Anyways, enough excuses, enough about all of that. I just want to chat with you. So I have nothing, research, nothing, nada, zippo zinch. I just want to talk and what's on my mind. So a bunch of things are on my mind. By the way, I hope all of you are doing great. I first and foremost want to ask to make sure, I know for many still reeling from the elections, I really, really hope you're taking the time and space to just disconnect, do things that make you happy. If watching silly TV shows, if going to the movies, if taking long walks, if like eating ice cream like I do, and then and then when my pants can't fit, I'm like, oh crap, I've got to lay off the ice cream. I'll tell you why I'm laughing. So my pants don't fit right now. My pants don't fit again. Okay. So so I have clothing that I feel like I'm Oprah. I have clothing that is like, okay, like when I'm being really good, right? I'm eating healthy, I'm working out, I am having enough sleep, and everything is just like the way I want it to be, right? And it's meant to be. I feel good about myself, everything. Then, so I have clothing for that. And then there is the clothing that is, it's most of my clothing is it. It's that medium time where you're not as fit, but you're not as like, unfit. You're just in the middle. So I have more of my clothing is there in the middle. That's just kind of hard to get to the fit part, to be quite honest. Now, this is how I know whether I've gained a lot of weight or whatever. So I've been wearing lately a lot of like those very easy breezy comfortable pants. So I don't know, it's like elasticy, right? It's like the what are they called? Sweatpants, I guess. And besides sweatpants, like the sort of a little bit more upscally version, I guess, of sweatpants. And they're elastic or bands too, right? So there's no, it's easy breezy. And the other day, I had to do some stuff. So I was like, okay, what am I going to wear? And I was like, okay, I'm going to wear this jeans and that, right? So I put the jeans on. And I'm like, uh-oh, the button, the zipper couldn't completely go up. So I was like, dude, man, you've got to lay off the ice cream. But I love ice cream so much. I love it. And especially, the elections and all of that, I was eating like a whole tub a day. Excuse me. Okay, it's not funny, all right? My point being, even if you need to have ice cream, please have it. Have whatever you want. Thanksgiving is coming up next week. So just please. It's been really, really rough, I think, for a lot of people. I'll include myself in that, because what it exposes is a truth that I think many of us had to confront, right? And it's okay to confront truths, but it's also okay to take the time and say, I don't want to deal with this right now. And I'm just going to soothe myself for the next 2 days or whatever, and then we can talk again. My only caveat to all of that, and this is just take it with a grain of salt. I'm saying this also for my own benefit, because it's the way I know I am, and I'm not unique by any sense. Is that if I stay too long, right, in a certain space, it's harder then to get back to where I need to be. So I also am a person who truly believes that one has to work through things. Works through it, right? Walk through the fire. If you need to walk through the fire, walk through it. And do what you need. Don't put it aside. Don't put it in like your secret room and lock it away, because it's going to come back later, right? Deal with it now. Deal with it, the emotions, everything you're feeling. Deal with it, work through it. But don't stay in it, because that is where the problems really happen, is staying in it. Because you stay in it and you just go deeper, and all of a sudden you find yourself having a really hard time getting out of bed, right? If you're having a really hard time even answering your phone, you're having a really hard time going outside for a walk, and so on and so on. So deal with it. If you're like me, or you don't have to be like me, but what I do is I give myself a time limit. I really do, because I just say, listen, you're feeling like crap right now. Feel what you need to feel. But listen, tomorrow you need to cut this out. Like, get on with it. And sometimes it's great, and other times I'm like, no, I need another day, man. I need another day, because this is just bullhorns. Okay? Wow, that was a long speech. Yay! All right, so what's on my mind? Number one, Miss Meghan, Princess Meghan, the lady in red. Lady in red. So the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan, and she wasn't wearing red, she was wearing black. Supporting females, supporting her colorist, that opening of, the product launch. Just freaking fantastic. Prince Harry being in Vancouver. And so that's what's on my mind. The other thing that's on my mind is the little shindig, the official, royalty event that happened a couple of days ago, I think 2 days ago. And, Katie wasn't there. Sorry, Catherine was not there. So we can all say what we want to say. We can all think what we want to think. It's quite okay. And it's okay for us to think it. It's okay for us to say it. Because I'm going to go with what the royal voter said, right? When they were all kind of, and I hate using this word, but that is what it felt like. And that's why so many of us now, we push back. When they were hunting Meghan down, they said they had the right to say what they wanted to say, do what they wanted to do, because she was on taxpayer dime, which I'm not even sure she was. Because if you recall, the king, then Prince Charles, said there was no money for, I was going to say a nasty word, but I'm not going to say it. But I can just, I can picture it. Sorry, my dear darling son. Oh, my darling boy. There's no money for that woman. Go tell her she can be an actress again. She can go act in her little silly plays. It's amazing what doing this kind of stuff and reading the things that I've read and being in this community and being able to look at what's happening now from clear eyes. I've got zero anything for those people. Zero. Like nothing is left. Nothing. I'm not going to say I don't have empathy for people. I'm not going to let anyone change how empathetic I am as a person. But I'm like, even when, and it's going to sound really mean. Actually, I'm not going to say it. No, I'm not going to say it because I'm not that person. I might have thought it for like a quick minute, but I'm not that person. Okay, enough of blah blah blah. Let's chat some more, but let's chat about which should we pick first? Let's go in order. Yeah? All right.
2 days. Hey, sister, how are you? Oh, I'm walking on sunshine this morning. Listen, if you got a minute, us need to go ahead and start on this Thanksgiving menu. Yeah, everybody's still coming over here, but we got to get some order. The family done got a little bit better, but it's still a few things. I'm going to start with the problem areas. The first problem areas is drinks. We got Janice down for drinks, but hold on. Let me call her and get her on the phone so I can say this in front of you and her. Hold on. Hey, Janice. This me and sister. Listen, we working on the Thanksgiving menu, and I'm going to put you down for drinks. Now, listen, Auntie don't mean a bit of harm, but Janice, you tends to bring them no-name drinks. We don't want no Dr. Thunder. We don't want no Mountain Holler. We don't want no Starry. You is not a meteorologist. We want name-brand drinks. So you got between now and I want the drinks brought to my house 2 days before Thanksgiving so I can go ahead and have them here and put them on ice and bring enough drinks for everybody. Do the drinks count for you and all your children? No, Janice. Now, your children is of age. They can bring something. Your daughter got 4 children by herself. Your other daughter got 3. That's a whole basketball team right there. No, I'm going to call them and tell them what
I love this woman so much. I love her so much. So I sent this to my parents, and my mom was She was like, oh my goodness, sorry. And she was like, can we hire her to talk to the family? We have these like get together. It is just really funny. The thing that I love that she did was she said, let me call her. So I have you on the line. I mean, she didn't say it, but this was the purpose of it. Have you on the line. So you're my witness that of what I'm telling her, because here is what, I mean, we all know this stuff happens, right? So auntie this or cousin that or uncle so-and-so is supposed to bring a certain thing, and they show up with something completely different. And they will argue and say, no, you told me that it was okay for me to bring this thing. And everyone is like, no, you're supposed to bring that. No, you said this. So I love very, very strategic. She's like, this is not going to happen to me again this year. I'm going to have you as my witness. And by the way, no offense, the drinks. So, oh mon Dieu. Oh, the thunder something, whatever that drink is called. I could not contain myself. It is so funny. So funny. Love it. Anyways. Let's talk about our girl. Let's talk about Meghan. Didn't she, or doesn't she just look absolutely radiant, wonderful? And I had mentioned in an episode past, or in a past episode, I think I'm switching my things here now, that if you look at interviews or shows that Meghan had been on, there is a certain lightness to her. There's a certain playfulness. There is just this yumminess of authenticity. And post living in the UK and all that happened and occurred, there was a certain amount of heaviness I felt in the way she conducted herself. By no means I'm saying she wasn't authentic, but there is I saw her now with a certain amount of reserve, right? That sort of light, almost, in Spanish is the word, it's coquetear, that is sort of you being playful with the person, was not there anymore. And I was so afraid that it was possibly gone forever. When you no longer, you're told certain things and then you realize the truth, and your vision or image of a certain thing is shattered for the rest of your life, so you don't look at things the same way. It was sort of, that's the way I felt as I would see her do these things with such caution that there wasn't this freeness to her. It's as if she was still, even though not being tortured the way as it was happening in the UK, but she was still being very, very mindful to not have that insidious aggression, violence still being perpetrated on her or to her. It's still happening today. And I understood it, but I hurt. I don't know Meghan, but I can look at a person, I can, be in conversation or whatever, and you can feel a certain energy. And as a walking, thinking, feeling human being, looking at the difference between the before and after in some ways, right? I really felt that there was a difference and felt for her. Really, really did. Give me a quick break. I need to get some water. 1 second. I'm going to pause. Okay, back on. My throat feeling better now. Okay, so I say all of that because let me tell you, I am not seeing a lot of it anymore. And I started to almost see the shedding of that weight, that energy when she did I think it was called Girls Inc. I think uh, it was just there was a certain amount of freeness and lightness again to her, and I just loved it. It kind of there was hope inside, hope that I was hanging on to dearly, thinking, oh gosh, I really hope that she's being able to just free herself. Free herself. Oh, damn it. Because they've put that woman through a lot of things. And they still are. The inhumanity, and the audacity that they don't even see it, is barbaric. They are the most vile, disgusting people. Disgusting. All of them. On their stupid TV shows, the ones who write the articles, the royal rotten rhoda, all of them. They're the most vile people. It's disgusting. No humanity whatsoever. And they sit there and they justify it. And the idiots that buy it up and soak it all in. Barbaric. So I absolutely, when I saw that energy, I was like, okay, this is good. This is so good. And then I saw it again at the launch, right? At the launch, at the highbrow hippie for her hair colorist, Katie Lee. I was like, there, I see her. I see that pre-Meghan before she married Prince Harry. That lightness, that just inhibited smile, that walking through, with knowing that you are all you need to be, right? And it's all good. Oh, the joy. So I am just super excited about that. And let's just chat a little bit about the in the episode that I did about that. I read part in the intro of the essay that Katie Lee wrote. It's on their website, and it was just I couldn't do the entire thing. I really couldn't. On like the second read of it again, okay, let me just get a mint here. On the second read again, I couldn't contain myself. I could not contain myself because I've said this to you folks before. I always think about my mom. I always do. Because knowing the things that my mom had to go through in her life, knowing the things that people did to her, knowing the ways that she was treated. And there is lots, I think, that still she hasn't shared with us. And just to know that these things are still happening to people, to women of color, to Black women, it's just, it drives me absolutely nuts. That's why I am I'm not apologetic for the way I defend Black women. I'm not apologetic for the things I say. I'm not apologetic if I get emotional or I get angry. I am zero, not apologetic at all, because the amount of trials, of challenges, of suffering that Black women have had to endure and go through, and still, damn it, and still be able to hold their heads up high and carry on many times with a smile and still take care of their families and love their families. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Okay. I need a minute. Holy moly, I'm such a crybaby. Oh boy. Ah, gosh. Okay, I'm gonna need to, like, I don't want to say handle that, but the older I'm getting, I think the more emotional I'm getting when it comes to certain things. Having said that, though, I'm stronger in other ways, which is good and fascinating. All right, let's talk now about the prince. I mean, one of the things that really this doesn't fascinates me, but to show them how wrong and their whole evaluation of how to treat people and how to utilize their talents is so erroneous and wrong in the firm. They sort of remind me of this has happened to me in my former workplace. My senior manager said to me, I wasn't in a sales role, and he said to me, and oh, you need to start doing this and this, and I said to him, oh, but that is sales. I'm not, I'm not in that role. I'm not trained in that role either. He goes, well, you have to start selling. I'm thinking, okay. So in the organization, I'm looking at, okay, I don't know the broader organization. My role doesn't allow me, excuse me, to have that interaction, right? I have a very, or had a very sort of limited interaction with a certain amount of people. So him now telling me I need to sell was sort of caught me off guard, because now I would have to network quite a lot, and I don't know how he was planning that I was going to do this really quickly, but I came up with an idea, and I thought, well, I'm involved in these different sort of communities, right? Um, and I'm already part of those communities, so I'm going to engage now in a different way, because now I have to add it on in regards to sales. So I'm explaining this to him, and he's like, no, that's not the way it's supposed to be done. He's supposed to do it this way. And I thought, the way you're telling me to do it, it's your way. Not all of us, right? Just because the way you do it is comfortable for you, it's not the way you should impose for other people to do the same thing. You need to target the talents of that person. So if someone is not comfortable speaking in public, I mean, again, if the intention is to make them more comfortable in speaking in public, I understand all of that. But if there's no need to have that person speaking in public, but you have someone else who's a star in the team or whatever, and their ability is to speak in public, then why not utilize them there? Right? And I think the failure, or one of the many failures of the firm and the, you know, the courtiers, the ones who cut everything, they they are stagnant in a really dysfunctional paradigm where it's so antiquated, and they've surrounded themselves with the most inept people that don't quite, I think, understand what needs to be done. And if they do understand what needs to be done, they're not doing it because either the principals are very used to things being done a certain way. Anyways, enough about about them. What I wanted to talk about is about Prince Harry. How this man is so freaking natural. It's like a born natural connectiveness with people. He reminds me a little bit, or this situation reminds me a little bit of relationship with myself and and one of my brothers. And I've never been very sort of outgoing and meeting people and be able to speak to them immediately or any of that. I've never been that type. I've always been shy and to myself and because of other circumstances too, I never really um, was that type of person. It just didn't come natural to me. I mean, now I would say I'm better at it. But my brother can walk into any environment, and within 10 minutes he'll know everyone. And I would look at him in awe. I'm like, he is so good at this, right? And love him for it because things that he was able to do allowed me to sort of not be in a corner, being like a wallflower or something, right? So he is so, and this is Prince Harry, so beautifully able to navigate these different types and places and energies. One of the things that I love is that in one of the news packages, the reporter was saying that everything is so organized and timely, right? Because it's also military. Um, and they're like, everything is on schedule, everything is running on time. And they said the minute Prince Harry got with the kids, the organizers were like, oh. Because they said, like, he didn't want to leave. And they're like, yeah, but sir, we have to go to the next, like, we have to get, and he's like, oh, just give me 5 more minutes. And until they really had to say, no, we have to go. Like, now we're really behind. And he, he, I think, and this I don't know for sure because I haven't done much research in depth to it, but I've done little enough to understand. There are people who their life experience, and especially when you're young, when you're a child, your life experience has taught you certain things. And as an adult, for those who are able to reflect, those who are able to analyze, to have critical thinking, you become the best possible version of yourself, especially when you are around the time of your life that was formative for you. And right around that 12, 13, 14 year old Prince Harry, we all know the impact that was happening in his life. And every time I see him, when he's around children, it's like an automatic thing just comes on, and it's very protective. He's very interested in them, in what they have to say, in how they're feeling. And I read somewhere that they said you should treasure nice people because they're not just nice because they want to be nice, they need to be nice because they've suffered or seen the horrors, the awful things that we do to each other, the awful things that this world have us confront. They know what that darkness is like, and they never want to go back there or impose it on others. So they're consistently nice, right? Or try to consistently be nice. And I think Prince Harry is just watching the docuseries and watching him read to Prince Archie and Princess Lilibeth. It's just that man. Like, listen, he's just this whole idiotic thing that now the alpha man or the alpha male or whatever, dude. Like just can people just be normal? Stop labeling yourself. I'm an alpha male and I'm a blah blah blah. You're an idiot. You're just an idiot. Just be a rational, common sense, good person. A good person, a good man is not running around going, I need a submissive woman that's going to do this and do that. And these days we don't have none of those submissive women that blah, 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 blah. Okay, honey. But my grandparents did. Listen, I said to my grandmother, I love my grandparents. And, both of my grandparents, women of a certain age, they've since passed. May God rest their soul. But they saw their lives a certain way. Schools taught them to behave a certain way. Also, it was okay to raise a family on one income, right? But at the same time, many of them, after getting older and grown kids and so on, they're like, yeah, I didn't want to be doing this all the time and doing that, but that was what I needed to do and had to do. So this nonsense, this alpha male crap and beta and whatever, oh gosh, when are men going to grow up? Let's be normal. And I think Prince Harry is such this great example, role model, without having to define anything. He's just a good guy trying to do good things out there, who adores and loves his wife and supports whatever ambition she has, and knows whether it's on stage or off stage, but to be there, to cheer her on without envy or without any of that nonsense. It's just great. Love it, love it, love it. Right. And I think the other thing too, besides that, how great he is with kids and just people in general. That skit, oh my gosh, that skit. I mean, I just kept thinking, he is so talented, right? Him and Meghan, they're such talented people. And it didn't come across as stiff. It didn't come across as anything. He just came across as a normal guy talking about, I mean, he's a good actor too. It was very, very, seemed very spontaneous, right? When he was like, but I was going to have it on my butt. Should I have it on my butt? I was like, oh gosh, Prince Harry, no. Susie, don't put it, that's called a tramp something, okay? So don't do it. But it was very funny, and the way like he pretended that he goes like, "Ow!" like it hurt. Like, that was awesome. It was great, 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 and how beautiful all of that was done. And the other thing that I thought of is these folks are very well organized. Like he did all of that when he was in New York, right? For what's happening now. So they've got their schedules planned. It's great, isn't it? Just fantastic. Another one other thing to show how great of a businessman he is, or I should say a business person. When he was at the Grey Cup and they were interviewing him, and the announcer said, so for people who don't know what Invictus Games is about, what is it? And his pitch, right? His pitch, seamless. Just is like, here's a product, here's what it does, here's what we do, here's why you should care about it, right? Just bam, 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 bam. I'm like, and they had this talent, and they were going to lock it under keys because he's not allowed to outshine. You guys are freaking. That's what I'm saying. Like, they're so stupid. And we can say whatever we want to say. People can say whatever they want to say about Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. But nothing is going to convince me unless I see evidence otherwise. I think she absolutely saw the potential in Harry and Meghan and knew strategically how she could dispatch them out, right? Because this whole thing is based on those interactions, is based on keeping up that communication and that emotional connection. Without that, what do you have? A bunch of rich people, right? A bunch of very, very rich people that in many ways you may have nothing in common with. But Harry and Meghan brought that commonality. They brought that way for you to empathize. They brought that when they were in South Africa and Meghan said, I'm here as your sister. Beautiful. Because you're able now to relate. You're able to say, yes, she is one of us. It's just so, I'm over it, but it's so disappointing what close-mindedness, ego, jealousy, and what this British establishment and the evil around it all, because there's evilness there, right? For a brother to say the things that he has done and said about his younger brother and his youngest brother's wife. You've learned nothing. You've learned nothing. And for me, the complete disappointment in Prince William was when he said the things he said about his mother. The minute he started down that path, for me, there was no coming back. If you're going to stand there and say those things about your mom, I'm done. Done with you. Done with you. No, no. Thus, my love for Prince Harry grew even more. Because it's like, that dude, don't mess about the memory with, in regards to his mother. And he's doing everything he needs to do. Right? So, anyways, it was great. Great. And they're going to continue to do wonderful, wonderful, great things. I laugh now at, and that's why I'm trying to do like a mockery of it in things that I post. Am I getting a cold? I hope not. About the whole separation. Oh, they separation. Like, this is a normal modern couple, right? People who are running businesses and church, there's certain things they'll do together and other things they'll do separately. Also, I think for security reasons. Like that whole New York thing, in my head, like I was so disturbed by it because the thought of having Mama Doria, Prince Harry, and Meghan in the same vehicle, and this stuff is happening, I was like, oh, baby Jesus. And by the grace of God, everything that needed to be protected was protected, and you know, so I just find it quite hilarious that they are now insisting, right? That is why they post very quickly if they know Catherine is not going to be attending something. They post very quickly the rationale why. Like, give me a freaking break. So, her cancer, in case it was true, sorry, I'm going to be very factual as to what they said. Her pre-cancer, because she didn't have cancer, right? We have established that. So any one of you want to leave me a nasty comment, go ahead and leave it, but you are the stupid one. Because they have said this. She didn't have cancer. It was pre-cancer. Now, when it comes to the king, they said he had cancer. Right? So, explain to me how a 70-plus-year-old person is healthier and better than a person in their 40s. Right? One that had pre-cancer, so it's not cancer, and the other one that has cancer. So she is still not able to fully engage and do royal work, whatever that means. And listen, I'm not blaming Catherine for anything. I'm like, girl, if you can negotiate and not do anything at all, good for you. Do your thing. Live your life. But this kind of idioticness that these fake it's after dark, I should be able to swear. That these royal rats come up with. Oh, well, you know, well, Catherine has been very, 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 very concerned that she has not been able to attend and do, you know, her duties. She's been so eager to do her duties. But you see, the medical establishment does not allow her to do her duties because they said that she needs to rest. She needs to take care of making sure that the cancer that does not exist, that it does not exist. You know what I mean? Yes, the cancer that never existed. She needs to make sure it doesn't exist. So that's why we did yes, I say, you understand, right? So she's so devastated over this. And you know, as much as Prince William would love for her to be with him in South Africa, and as much as he would love for her to be in the annual diplomatic event that we have, it's so distressing that she'll not be able to accompany him. But also you have to realize her priorities, her number one priority is to take care of the children, is to make sure that the children, because I believe that children are the future, teach them well and let them lead the way, you know? And that's what Catherine also believes. But where is Meghan? I mean, we don't see her at all. Why isn't she doing royal duties? Why isn't she out there doing the things that she's supposed to be doing? It's unfortunate how she's just left everything on Prince Harry. It's devastating that this professional separation that's happening there, and the indications are that it will become a romantic separation also. I mean, I predicted this many centuries ago, but this would not work. When you bring a person of that shade, I'm not supposed to say that. Well, you know what I mean. Someone of an Africanismo into the very white British establishment, it will never work. Please stop me. Okay, I think I'm going to end it right there. Right there, because my throat is starting to bother me, and I'm like, I don't want to get a cold. Damn. I think this might have been really long, actually. Folks, I love you. Thank you very, very much. Listen, as I said, just to wrap up the thing about Catherine and William and all of them and Royal Rhoda, like, people, you know what the ultimate wish is? This is what I think most of us would like. Just leave Meghan out of your lips, your mind, your pen, your laptop, your computer, your line, your everything. Leave her out of it. I just absolutely hope that the people who had maybe still a little bit of I'm not sure, that this last nonsense with the Archbishop of Canterbury and that stupid article trying to link the Sussexes. I mean, what kind of and I'm not joking. I was like, what kind of party drugs did you have that weekend? Or like, someone sat you down by the name of Rebecca or something and said, listen, I was going to do the voice again, but I'm not going to. Here's the angle you can take on that one. It's just, oh man, let's just leave Harry and Meghan alone. Let them do their thing. Concentrate on the very, very weak royals you have left. You didn't want the strong ones. You didn't want the ones with the bright light. So go with the ones with the dim light and enjoy it. That's it. All right. This is my final say. Love you, folks. Thank you. I know this was a lot of blah, 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 but I just felt like, I don't know, coming on and blah, 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 blabbing. It's right now, literally, it's 1 a.m. and I'm going to stop. I'm going to upload this. So it should be uploaded at maybe 1:10 if I don't have any issues. Be kind to yourselves. Okay? Please take care of yourselves. And again, I say these things because I'm saying it to myself too. Big hugs. And let's keep up the fight. Okay? Keep up the fight. For fairness, for justice, for love, for each other. Keep up the fight. We're not going to let anyone bring us down. Keep up the fight. Ciao, ciao.